Stunning Pluto images show something unusual going on there. Pluto is a world made of ice, once thought to be the ninth planet in our solar system. The dwarf planet is so far away that telescopes on Earth can't show much of its surface, so Pluto stayed a mystery for a long time after it was found. Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Before we proceed with this video, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kindly click on the notification bell to get updates on our exciting content. In today's video, we'll discuss how stunning Pluto images show something unusual going on there. In 2006, NASA sent the New Horizons spacecraft to Pluto, which was still thought to be the ninth planet at the time. After traveling for more than 9 years, New Horizons became the first spacecraft to fly by Pluto. It sent back pictures of the dwarf planet that were beautiful and showed amazing details about its surface. Even though New Horizons is now 50 AU from Earth, data from the space probe is still being reviewed 6 years after the Pluto encounter. Pluto, it turns out, is not as peaceful as it appears. It is covered with ice volcanoes, and beneath its surface may be a liquid water ocean. But how did scientists arrive at this conclusion? What was the unusual item they spotted in the New Horizons probe's images? And, perhaps more crucially, does this discovery point to the possibility of life on Pluto? Let's take a closer look at the discovery of ice volcanoes on Pluto. Let's dig in. Pluto is a frozen world with frozen nitrogen and carbon monoxide at its center. It was the first thing ever found in the Kuiper Belt and is still the biggest thing known to be there. But starting in the 1990s, when a number of similar-sized objects were found in the Kuiper Belt, Pluto's status as a planet began to be questioned. And in 2006, Pluto was changed from a planet to a dwarf planet by the International Astronomical Union. But that didn't make it any less interesting as a destination to learn more about. The pictures from the New Horizons have shown something amazing and surprising that has never been seen on any other planet in the solar system. Images of Pluto's surface show that its surface is full of volcanoes of different heights. Surprisingly, there were no craters from asteroids or meteors nearby, which was different from the rest of the planet. Also, there was no sign of plate tectonics, which is a very important part of how mountains form on Earth. All of these things pointed to the fact that this surface was made after a recent geological change, possibly a volcanic eruption that happened within the last 2 billion years. Okay, I know that 2 billion years seems like a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that long and can be considered a recent event. When talking about Pluto's volcanic features, scientists have been puzzled for years by the two peaks that rise above the dwarf planet's surface. The first one is called Right Mons and is a mountain range. The surface feature is about 150 kilometers wide, sticks up almost 5 kilometers above the surface, and has a depression in the middle that is almost 50 kilometers wide. The second feature is called Picard Mons and has a height of about 7 kilometers and a width of about 225 kilometers. Even though Pluto is only 1/6 the size of Earth, the volume of this volcano is about the same as that of Mauna Loa in Hawaii, which is one of the biggest volcanoes on Earth. The New Horizons spacecraft flew by Pluto in July 2015 and saw these huge surface features for the first time. They are at the southwest edge of the Sputnik Planitia ice sheet, which is the lighter area to the left of Pluto's famous heart-shaped feature. This sheet has a large old impact basin that is almost 1,000 kilometers wide. It also has a lot of folds and rises that look like wrinkles on a smooth ice surface. In this area, there are also several volcanic domes, and most of them tend to join together to make a bigger dome. After carefully looking at the pictures taken by New Horizons, scientists think that a lot of nearby volcanoes must have erupted at the same time to make such a landscape. And the material that was thrown out during the resulting cryovolcanic eruptions may have covered the whole area with layers of ice. A detailed study also shows that most of the surface material in this area is water ice, not nitrogen or methane ice like in the younger parts of the planet's surface. And this makes the possibility of cryovolcanic activity even stronger. But in order for volcanoes to erupt, there must be a constant source of heat. On Earth, for example, most of the energy for volcanism comes from the radioactive decay that happens inside the Earth. In other cases, this heat can also be caused by the tugging and pulling that happens when two large objects with strong gravitational pull on each other. That's the main thing that makes Io's volcanoes erupt. But neither of these options is good for Pluto. The planet's neighbors aren't strong enough to create enough tides and gravitational forces to warm its interior, And there isn't enough rock in Pluto's core for radioactivity to heat up. So Pluto has an average surface temperature of almost -240 Celsius and a hard icy surface like a rock that can't melt quickly because it is so far from the sun and other sources of heat. So what's causing all this heat? Taking everything into account, the only thing that makes sense is that the dwarf planet still has some of the heat from when it was made trapped inside it, probably in a deep water ocean under its icy crust. Even other icy bodies in the solar system, like Saturn's moon Enceladus and Jupiter's moon Europa, are known to have oceans like these. Enceladus has also shown signs of regular cryovolcanism by spewing out icy material into space and filling up one of Saturn's rings with it. Still, the only place in the solar system where huge piles of icy volcanoes are spread out in a field and merge to make a new icy surface is Pluto. But it's important to remember that the New Horizons only flew by and looked at an area for one day. So it's still hard to say for sure if Pluto's cryovolcanism is still going on or if the strange ice volcanoes have stopped. And if it is still going, it would make it more likely that there is a liquid ocean there, and maybe even life. That's it on how the stunning Pluto images show something unusual going on there. Do you think that this is the beginning of something interesting? Do you think humans would want to relocate to this planet in the future? Let us know your observations and thoughts in the comment section below. If this video was insightful for you, then go on and give it a thumbs up and sign up for our channel to see more. Please kindly subscribe to our channel and click on the bell button for more of our updates.